are being made at the moment, and we are hoping to conclude all the names by Sunday, and hopefully on Sunday we will hold this event at the ATO Congress Hall in Ankara, in the capital, and we will be announcing the remaining mayoral candidates for the upcoming local elections. And today at the Istanbul provincial HQ of AK Party, we will be holding a series of talks, and tomorrow as well. And as for the upcoming agenda, which cities will be visited, we haven't decided yet, but we will let you know. The head of the Nationalist Movement Party, Mr. Devlet Bahçeli, and you got together recently. You discussed a series of subjects. What could you tell us about these deliberations? Yes, as the People's Alliance, as you know, since the very beginning, we've always had very sincere relations with our stakeholders. We always discuss what we can possibly do as the People's Alliance. Our colleagues, our counterparts are working on certain areas. We get together at regular intervals to assess the progress made. And yesterday I met Mr. Devlet Bahçeli and we discussed certain pertinent issues. In Manisa and Mersin, in these metropolitan cities, currently, the Nationalist Movement Party are conducting their work for the upcoming local elections, and they are very strong in these two cities. And in terms of fielding a candidate for the metropolitan city and for districts, we are actually overseeing all of this work. And as for other metropolitan cities, again, they will be working with us with the same level of decisiveness, and we are taking very decisive steps indeed, and we believe that People's Alliance will triumph in the upcoming elections and will achieve a resounding victory. That is what we wholeheartedly believe in. Our organizations are incredibly strong. They will be joining forces to achieve this success in the upcoming local elections. Sir, yesterday the US and UK forces conducted a series of airstrikes in Yemen. President Biden and Prime Minister Sunak made a series of announcements, and they said they wouldn't shy away from conducting more operations, more airstrikes. President Biden said, while Prime Minister Sunak talked about the importance of proportionality of these airstrikes. Well, I don't think this is proportional at all. All of these things, all of these airstrikes have been quite unproportionate, and the US is doing the same in Israel, in Palestine, in Iran is trying to protect itself. The UK is acting with the US and will continue to do so, it seems. And right now they are turning the Red Sea into a bloodbath. This is what they wish. And Yemen, when you look at the Houthi rebels, they're deploying all their forces, and they are sort of giving a response to the US forces, the UK forces. This is what the Houthis have indicated, and I don't think there is any room for complacency in all of this, and this is what they say. And through different channels we receive different news as we speak. And Houthis, when it comes to the US and the UK, they are quite successful in their defense and in their responses. This is what we hear from different channels. Mr. President, I have a question as well about Gaza. Israeli strikes in Gaza. These have been taken to the International Court of Justice. This was brought by South Africa, and they're accusing Israel of carrying out genocidal acts. What would you say about this? Well, dear friends, I think today they are going to start defending themselves at the ICJ, but all the documents that we have provided are actually being put to work in The Hague, and we will continue to supply these documents in the near future. And I do believe that these documents that we have provided to the ICJ, mainly visual documents, are being put to good use. And thanks to these documents, we believe that Israel will be convicted at the International Court of Justice. This is our expectation. And we believe in the justice, the sense of justice within ICJ. And as of today, Israel is going to start defending itself. And obviously, when they do that, they talk about self-defense, and it beggars belief what sort of a defense are they're talking about. This is an attack. This is an attack on an open-air prison, namely Palestine. Since the 7th of October, they have turned the entire region into a bloodbath. 23,000 Palestinians were massacred, were martyred by Israel, and we have done our best to open our doors to children, especially to women, to the elderly. We have received so many Palestinians, and we treat them in our hospitals, and it is in plain light for everyone to see. So who is Israel going to fool? Netanyahu has no defense to make, and he cannot possibly save himself nor his country. President Herzog at this point, I think, is much more sincere, I would think. I used to think, but recently I think he has taken up to Netanyahu, and he has made a series of unfortunate announcements, and they have been attacking me verbally as well, but not all of this will be in vain. They're not going to be able to finish me through verbal attacks. Why? Because we are pursuing truth. We are pursuing what is right and what is just, and we stand with the oppressed, whereas they are the oppressors, and they are incredibly cruel. And I do believe that the outcome will be good, will be positive. I believe that truth will triumph in the end. Oppressors have always lost in the end throughout history. Thank you very much indeed.